This galaxy is about to be ravaged by storms, and this time, it's not just me suffering alone. 17 other players from the community are also in this storm-forsaken galaxy, and the challenge does not stop there. To make it even more spicier, there is no Storm Chaser Origin or Storm Devotion Civic allowed. These are the only mechanics in game where you want storms from the start. I'm a little bit evil. And even if we survive the storms, we'll have to work together to defeat the crisis that will spawn on year 50. I do host these PvE games every month in my Discord, so make sure to join, link in the description. The Hell species has been ravaged by storms locally on their planet, Don't Storm Here, since their technological rise towards FTL travel. Their intelligence, being adept at engineering, and their ingenuity have all been factors to their studying and utilization of storms for their benefit. However, they've become a tiny bit unruly and deviant, but tend to stay focused on the larger goal, which has created a unified planet. This brings us to year 2200, the first time FTL travel has been put to test by surveying local planets to expand the Don't Storm Here empire. Initial surveying suggests that galactic storms is not just a probability, but a certainty. You might say a little rain hurt no one, but trust me, from these reports, it's more than a little rain. Most storms will devastate planets, resulting in less resources, and more importantly, science. Our ruler must appease the noisy factions. And apart from changing our subjugation policy to benevolent to keep them happy, the primary objective is research. Our way out of the crippling devastation that storms might cause. Because our council has become more experienced by focusing on statecraft, our council have come to light that there are suggestions that some storms may cause devastation, but also benefit our production. And on top of this, our chief engineer has suggested a relief center could be researched and built to help reduce devastation effects, but also increase our resource output. This will be our aim. We'll focus on saving ourselves first. But if anyone is out there in this storm-forsaken galaxy, we can try to help once our own help population is saved. Our consumer goods are piled towards technology, focusing on the educated population of help, but greatly helping our research output. To negate these effects, our population will focus on discovery, also helping to find any potential life out there to eventually save. Day by day, more and more labs are built, as well as our council even helping out with the research efforts. However, this doesn't come cheap. Our great capital, Don't Storm Here, must shift to a factory focus, as well as our societal goals shifting to a civilian economy. This will greatly help subsidize the cost of the ever-growing researcher workforce, a sacrifice to the environment that must be made. As we don't want storms to ruin it any further, we also must switch our diplomatic stance to focus within, growing our unity, but potentially harming relations with other empires. But that's fine, they will be begging for our help in the future. More research labs must be built, but the quietly confident leader mixed up his blueprint plans and accidentally queued up a resource silo. Luckily, one of our watchful faction leaders, Daniel, realized. Hopefully this confidence doesn't continue to cause mistakes. The factions also put forward names for two new growing colonies. The first, more storms here, and the second, slightly less storms here. The help species needs your help by subscribing to my channel. It would greatly help out a bunch, and at 55k subs, I'm gonna finish the damn achievement series. As the Empire works through their discovery agenda, we come up with a new edict research subsidies. This will put more strain on our economy, but it's all for more science. I'm sure our economy can handle it. It appears there is life out there. We've made contact with the Gagassian Stellar Council, but for some reason they rivaled us. Apparently it's friendly, just so they can gain influence within their empires, but we should keep an eye on this one. They may need saving first. And yes, maybe we also rivaled back, but no one needs to know about that. Somehow an empire knew our great leader's name and called themselves an insult towards us. Our leader is not a lizard person. All this is just straight propaganda against our great leader. Do not listen. These empires are going to definitely need saving in the future. The council has expanded. We can allow our factions a seat at the council, increasing the speed we get things done, meaning more experience all round. A huge bonus for our leaders. To further promote our great scientific council, we hired the renowned Technicar scientists, allowing for greater scientific efficiency. Tech also persuaded me to move our More Storms Here colony into a science world rather than a factory world. We must push science. The galaxy was getting a bit quiet without storms, so we made a communication and sensor link deal with our neighboring empires, and immediately storms were found, and a fair few other empires. Mayday, mayday, the first storm has hit. More storms here. However, even though this electric storm gives us 0.2 devastation every month, we're getting 25% resource jobs. We really need to find a way to reduce this devastation so we can utilize these huge boons to the economy. And only 5 months later, that other planet, slightly less storms here, has been hit by a particle storm. This currently gives us no benefits, only devastation. We need to get that relief center as soon as possible. And just like that, 8 months after the first storm hits, the release center can now be researched. Our scientists have produced a building that not only reduces the negative effect from cosmic storms, by 25%, but gives clerk jobs as well. But it doesn't just stop there. It also gives +1 to our minerals, food, and energy when the planet is affected by a storm. This means we actually want storms now. We've finally embraced them. Once the tech was researched, we can move on to building them, as well as getting the upgraded version literally as the next tech option. It's all coming together. But the tech does not stop there. We found a new planet that has a tamed nanite swarm, giving 30% more engineering research to jobs. It looks like we're getting another science world. You might be wondering, why are we even tech rushing beyond this point? Well, we just started research on the 2 killer structures, Dyson Swarm and Arc Furnace. This will greatly help our economy, as well as gain techs that allow us to fight the looming crisis. However, this galaxy only focuses on greed, with regulatory facilitation being put through in the galactic community, rather than storm knowledge sharing. This will mean we will have to focus on saving these bumbling idiots. Maybe though we can guide them. Science Federation nearby was spotted by our envoys, which we managed to negotiate our way into. Storms are still possessing a threat, the storm over our capital stopping the construction of our first Dyson Swarm array. Over the next few years, a radiant storm appears right next to our capital, but causes no threat, and then we get a Stardust storm appearing within us. However, this is only beneficial due to our upgraded storm release centers, and surviving storms also gives us aftermaths, which are mainly positive for us. With cosmic weather models tech being researched, you can prepare harder knowing where storms will move to. Around this time, you can clearly see not only have the storms been conquered, but we actually want storms due to the bonuses they provide us. Let's just hope they continue to come to us. Our scientists have studied the storms and have realized that a mysterious next level galactic threat will appear roughly in 26 years. This leaves our great leader with a new goal: prepare to save the galaxy. To do this, we will need a whole host of military technologies and alloys. Lots and lots of alloys. So this is what we will do. Upgraded alloy buildings, construction of Arc Furnace, focusing on the supremacy tradition, reducing damage from storm-switched ships, shifting our economy into alloy production, and of course, more tech from the creators. Now we've harnessed the power of the storms, of course we're getting none on our planets. Luckily though, we found a capsule that scientists managed to unlock, releasing a storm. From what we've learned from opening the capsule, we can reduce the negative effects of storms by a further 10%. Now, while we've created even more storms in this galaxy, the Galactic Council for some reason have put through and are about to pass regulatory facilitation. Yes, it increases work pop output, but it does reduce habitability when the planets are already getting destroyed by storms. To rub salt further in the wound, one of my own Federation members makes fun of our technology output with harnessed storms. But what have they done? Meanwhile, another Federation member who lives underground is just building armies to fend against the storms. I guess they're just shooting up in the sky to fend them off. At least the looming crisis will have a significant roadblock to pass through. If it wasn't clear already, we really need to keep pushing our military technology and alloy output to defend this stupid galaxy from the looming threat. And that's what we'll do. Reduce cruiser build costs, more military beneficial technologies, and we further add society by embracing meritocracy, allowing more people to work their way into science and alloy specialist jobs. And then of course we'll embrace the Creator Order Council position and scientists to increase our scientific efficiency. Wait, maybe this galaxy isn't full of idiots. A storm knowledge sharing has finally been put on the council floor, allowing for quicker research times on storm technologies and gaining unity for every system affected by a storm. This would be great for our empire if we had any damn storms. Now maybe I did summon a storm, but someone else has found the ability to summon particle storms. Luckily, it's just on our Federation member and nowhere near us. However, this storm could have been responsible for the Soran Star regime's death, as primitives never had a chance against the cosmic storms. With 10 years until the crisis reaches our galaxy, we've fully switched our economy into an alloy focus and further focus on military technologies. But our leader would rather play weatherman than keep planning the defense of the galaxy. And as you can see, the storms are heading to no storms. And a storm is being spawned in the south right here, with calm weathers in the west over here. That's all for today. One smart idea was to start slowing down on technology and build alloys. However, all these changes is creating a massive strain on our economy, but our leader maintains that it will all be fine. Less than 1 year later, our economy is hit with a mineral shortage. I really hope this is not a sign to come for our empire and in turn the galaxy. To get our factions back on side, we design a cruiser that will be mass produced to defeat whatever lays in our way. It's a state-of-the-art artillery cruiser, relying on missiles and speed to hit from far away and keep that distance. All power is being put into the engines and weapons, so no shields will be used for now. Now, if we did have storms, it would help balance the books, but alas, none are still in our empire's border, so we're going to have to look to edicts to manage the current debts in our economy. At least though, we're producing a nice, healthy sum of 152 alloys a month. This debt is not for nothing. As we further focus on military, a new ascension perk is taken, Galactic Force Projection. This will allow for more naval capacity and fleet command limit to create the biggest and best military. This also marks the start of the fleet production, but we cleverly don't man them by keeping them in production and leaving them with only a few bolts left to screw in, so we don't have to pay for any of those hefty upkeep costs. Unfortunately, due to being distracted by the ever-looming threat, we've overlooked the Galactic Council forming. Maybe we should have switched from isolationist stance to get on the council. Hopefully, this leader is more than capable. Although our cruiser design continues to get better, the consumer goods shortage has to be remedied. So we slow down our alloy production, so we switch to consumer good and alloy production on our former alloy world. And as we reach 1 year away from the crisis arrival, we still have no storms, and none are even near us, even though the rest of the galaxy is so lucky to have the storms. 3 months away, we delve into subterfuge for more chance of evasion and tracking, and then start to output all the ships and do any upgrades to them that we were locked while they were in production. And it is time. Our sensors pick up a galactic power surge, but where could it be?
Never mind.
They're
Right next to EP3O, let's
That's
go.
fine.
They're next to EPO.
Oh yeah.
Our sensors have indicated that our ship design is almost ideal to counter this threat, or as they call themselves, the unbidden. We just need some shield. However, do not be alarmed, but it seems that every single ship is heading directly towards us. Our leader, however, is very confident. Yeah, it's fine. I think actually I could solo it. No, I'm no, actually no. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I realized what you're all gonna make me do.
Let him solo it.
No. I knew that was coming. For some strange reason, even though the fleets completely outnumber us, we head straight towards them. We could take one fleet on its own, but not 4 at once. But with every system they take, they get closer to our capital, and more importantly, our shipyard. We cannot let them approach much longer. We have to fight or we'll lose everything. So that's what we'll do. We catch the first fleet before the rest get in the system, and it goes well. We could do it. But then they infiltrate our space station, acting like a shield for their ships. We take out one of their fleets, but the other 3 arrive. It's too much, and we're forced to retreat. They push through, decimating our economy, ruining our arc furnaces and Dyson swarms, but fortunately, they go straight past their capital and heads towards our neighbour in the south, the Gagassian Stellar Council. We tried to take out a fleet with our damaged cruisers, but another one appears, stopping us in our track, forcing another retreat. However, the Gagassians begin the greatest display of courage we've ever seen. The Kite, this singular fleet of not much capabilities when it comes to firepower, is keeping 7 unbidden fleets occupied as they just couldn't catch it. Maybe I was wrong about this galaxy. The galaxy saw my brave efforts to try and solo the entire unbidden fleet and have given me economic aid, while they all build up their own fleets to try and help us. And while the unbidden are preoccupied, we can rebuild. Luckily, we can start taking out their star bases to slow their expansion. As we push further, we grow in confidence. Our scientists have theorized that if we can destroy the system where they arrive, we could slow down their ship's reinforcements, allowing for us to pick off the remaining ship. So a new aim is born, while we trust our neighbor, who did rival us, to keep the Unbidden's main fleet occupied. As we approach the Unbidden system, the custodian nomination is put forward in the Galactic Council for our Federation member, who previously mocked our technology. I was hesitant to vote for them. They're also preparing to help us take the main system, so it's a yes from us. Together, we take the starbase. The dimensional portal is still standing. But why? Well, our weapons cannot harm it. Our scientists theorize that the dimensional anchors built within our galaxy are keeping it powered, and therefore our weapons will do nothing to it. So our next mission is to try and take all the anchors down so we can fully cut off the Unbidden from our galaxy. We do, however, have a slight problem, as even though our neighbor is still carrying the Unbidden, it's in the system with the anchor. But we'll have to figure that out in the future, as a single Unbidden fleet is roaming through our territory and heading towards our Federation member. So we go back and take it down, as we're now strong enough to fully take out a single fleet with minimal damages to our fleet. Now for the master plan. Move the fleets being kited away from the anchor so that we can then kill the portal, but surely that would be the last anchor, right? Well, the plan still goes ahead, and it works perfectly, apart from one fleet dying. That's fine. Sacrifices must be made. Now, I can take the anchor and move on to the rest of the galaxy. With further help, the galactic threat's resolution being crushed through, allowing us to do further damage to the price, and we almost needed that desperately, as the kiting fleet almost got caught. As we push on to the last anchor and take it down, another one was made. However, as we approach the last one, fleets from other empires merge with us, a true galactic effort. Finally, we can now kill the portal. So, as their fleets are still distracted, we all head towards the portal that we easily take down. Now, we could just leave this here. We won against the Unbidden. But the Gagassians, our southern empire, who have done the noble effort of the kite needs our help. We started over 68 years ago to become the savior of the galaxy. But I think as we progressed in the story, we saw that sometimes we can't do it alone. Just like this final fight, we have to do it together. If you did enjoy this video, check out this video where I try and defeat the crisis using only space fauna. It gets a bit crazy.